Hi everyone, it's Delix Rock here, back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about factoring quadratics. So, a quadratic is in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c, where a can't equal 0, otherwise it will just be a linear equation. So, there are multiple methods of factoring a quadratic, but one of the methods I like is the X Games method, although it doesn't work for irrational or just like fractional values. It's good for something simpler, which I'll show later in an example. So the X Games method works if the leading coefficient, being a, is 1, and you have to find two values, being j and h, that add to b and multiply to get c. So let's look at an example here really quick. So x squared minus 2x minus 3. The leading coefficient here is 1. So a would be 1. So we can use this method. So what two numbers add to negative 2 and multiply to get negative 3? So an easier way of thinking about this is you can list the factors of negative 3 and see if any of them add to get negative 2. So negative 3 can be like 1, negative 3, 3, negative 1, and I'm pretty sure that's it. So if you look at the first factor pair, you can find out that negative 3 plus 1 indeed adds to negative 2, which is b. So how you write this is x minus 3 times, let me just erase this, x minus 3 times x plus 1, and yeah, that's the factored form. And if you want, you could FOIL this, and you will get your answer. So this is the factored form of x squared minus 2x minus 3. So what if the leading coefficient is not equal to 1? What if a is not equal to 1? Like, well, also not equal to 0. What if it's something like 2? So let's move here. If a is equal to 2, and something like 2x squared plus 5x plus 3. And so to do this, you have to multiply a by c. So a multiplied by c would just be 6, right? Don't change the initial quadratic, just write 6 elsewhere. So imagine 6 is our c value, and 5 is still our b value. We use the same procedure as last time, where we have to find two numbers that add to get b, which is 5 in this case, and multiply to get 6. So what two numbers add to get 5 and multiply to get 6? So we can list out all the factors of 6. 2, 3, negative 1, negative 6, and negative 2, negative 3. And if you check and add each one of them, you'll find out that 2 plus 3 does indeed get you to 5. So what you do here is, now that you found 2 and 3 is 5, you can rewrite this as 2x squared plus 2x plus 3x plus 3. So now you're gonna want to factor out a common factor in the first two terms and a common factor in the second two terms. So a common factor in the first two terms is 2x. So if you factor out 2x from 2x squared, you'll be left with x, because what do you multiply by 2x to get 2x squared? X, plus 1, because 2x divided by 2x is 1. So now, what's a factor that we could take out of these two terms? So this would be 3. And remember, we're taking out a positive 3 in this case, so take out a 3, and we get x plus 1. And then, what we'll do is we'll take out a common factor. In this case, our common factor is x plus 1. So we have to take it out, and inside the parentheses, if we take out x plus 1, we have to divide x plus 1 from this term, and this will just be 2x that's left, and divide x plus 1 from this term, which would be 3 that's left. And you can FOIL it to find out. You get 2x squared plus 5, which was the initial quadratic. So now, what do you do when you got a quadratic like this? Well, since a is equal to 3 this time, we can use the same method I did before. So we just multiply a by c. So 3 times 1 is 3. And then what two numbers multiply to get 3 and add to get 4? So we have 4. So the factors of 3 include 3, 1, negative 1, negative 3, and yeah, that's it. So as we can see, 3 and 1 end up making 4. So we write it out like 3x squared plus 3x plus x plus 1. And yeah, this is just 1x, so this would just be 3x, and this would be 1x, or just x. Now, we have to factor out a common factor in the first two terms. So the common factor would be 3x, and then inside would just be x plus 1. Okay, now we have to factor out a common factor here. And now we already notice that x plus 1 and x plus 1 are the same here. So what we can do is, wait, let me just clear up the rest of this. What we can do here is you could just factor out a 1. So since x plus 1 is common in both these terms that are being added, then we can factor out that x plus 1, and inside would just be 3x plus that 1. And you can FOIL this out to get the original quadratic. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm sorry I haven't been posting in a while. And I hope you do subscribe and like the video. Okay, bye.